Welcome to Truckl. In this short video, we will show you the web interface for shippers. What you see here is my login screen. You can see I've entered my email and my password as provided during the registration. And when I log in, the first thing I'm going to see is my dashboard. In the dashboard, you basically have all of the transactions that you are currently managing. And as you can see, it starts with all active jobs. So these are transactions that I'm currently handling, loads that I'm running across the country. The dashboard is oriented along the same lines as the transportation process itself. So I can start actually with draft transactions. I use drafts as a way to remember things, obviously, or to set up partial loads. Here I have two backhauls that I haven't actually filled yet. I don't have a destination yet, but anything basically until you invite a carrier to a transaction, it's in draft mode, and then once the carrier is invited, obviously it's real. That means now you the carrier, if they accept it on their mobile device, then they will actually take your load and expect your money. So I keep all transactions that are not yet ready to be assigned to a carrier in here. And then I have a tab where that shows me all of my pickups, everything that's in transit, all of my active jobs. One thing that is very unique about Truckl and very neat is that we also have pending approvals. When your shippers take advantage of Truckl Instant Pay, where they get paid on delivery, more or less, the what it means basically is that now you have the last word. So before the shipper gets paid, you actually have to approve the transaction, and that obviously means the carriers know that you approve their transactions. That means they're going to do the best job they possibly can for you, and then they obviously hope that you're going to sign off on that very quickly so that they can get their money. But it obviously gives you a much higher level of control than you would have otherwise. One thing that is also very neat about Truckl is that you have multi-user support. So if you have a team of people working in your department, then you all are in the same system, and you can take a look at what other people are doing. You can also take a management view where you see all transactions. I want to know everything that's going on in my organization. Here it is. The Beyond that, I also have all completed transactions here. Whenever I click on a transaction ID, I jump into detail. I see the route. I see all the basically information that I've provided. I have a tab here, new transaction, where I can manually set up transactions. We're obviously built for APIs, application programming interfaces, where we interface into your system, your TMS, your ERP, and it's a short process. It's easy. It doesn't cost very much money, but it automates it so you don't actually have to input everything twice in a TMS and in Truckl. But there's also obviously sometimes you just need to get something out the door. You may want to set up a transaction real quick, and you just do it manually, or in emergencies, right? Or you're an intermediary. You're managing just a small number of drivers. Then it also makes sense to potentially forego the cost of an interface and just manually do it. If it's 10, 15, 20 transactions a day, it's usually doesn't take very long to set them up. Once you get the hang of it, it's maybe a minute or two. We have an address book. Every address that you've ever used, whether with an interface or without it, is in here. We can also bulk upload data, so you can give us an Excel file with 4,500 carriers. We just put them in here. All of your data is secure in here, so we don't actually share your data with anyone else. So if and that's actually a difference to other folks in our space. We do not take your carriers and offer them up to other folks. We basically, if it's an asset that you own and it's valuable, so we respect that. You can also, of course, have location contacts in here and so on. And then in the document library, you keep often used documents. When you set up transactions, you usually attach documents, a bill of lading, a rate confirmation, etc. But you can also attach frequently used documents, a process or operating procedure, a special handling instruction, a checklist, things of that nature. And when you attach them to a transaction, they're sent to the driver's handheld device, and the driver basically sees them and actually sees them both during the job acceptance and the job execution. the obviously you also can invite any other party. We call that in additional contacts, where anybody else that you want to keep abreast of the transaction. Typically you email them today manually, but here you just basically you take the email, you put it in here. They get access to a web interface that just shows them the current status, which is what you see here, and the estimated time of arrival. So that concludes our short video for the web interface of Truckl. If you have any questions or would like to talk to us, you can reach us at 855 Truckl 7, or you can send us an email to support@truckl.io if you want to know about interfaces. If you would like to inquire about OEMing the software, where we put your logo front and center, then please do give us a call or send us an email. Thank you very much.